Hi, it's Bill Sofel, broker-owner at ERA Team VP Real Estate, here in our Ellicottville, New York office with the monthly broker tip. So hopefully you received an email last week from the National Association of Realtors with an update and some great new information on what we should be preparing for in August when the post-NAR settlement items will be required. And I'd like to focus specifically on the buyer agreements that we will now be required to enter into when we show buyers properties. There are 4 specific elements that must be contained in our new buyer representation agreements. We must first specify and conspicuously display the amount of compensation we will be earning for our services. Secondly, the amount of that compensation must be objectively ascertainable and not open-ended. So, for example, to be specific, we can say that our buyer agent compensation will be X% of the sale price. Or another example might be our compensation will be X% if we show up to 5 houses, Y% if we show between 5 and 10 houses, and so on and so forth. So both of those examples are easily understandable and objectively ascertainable by the buyer. They cannot be open-ended and based on something that the buyer can't easily determine at the time they sell or sign the agreement. Number 3, the agreement must include a statement that the buyer agent cannot receive compensation from another source or in excess of the amount of compensation that we as buyer agents have agreed to with our buyer. So for example, if a seller is offering a seller bonus or offering to pay a buyer agent fee on behalf of the buyer, and our buyer agent agreement is at X% of the sale price, but the seller's offering more than that at Y% of the sale price, we cannot accept that higher amount. So whatever we agree to with our buyer in our buyer agreement, that's the max amount of the compensation that we can earn for our services. And finally, we must disclose in conspicuous language that our fees are totally negotiable and not set by law. So there are 4 basic items that you can begin contemplating and preparing yourself for in terms of your presentation. And soon we will have new forms and agreements, both from the National Association of Realtors, NYSAR, and PAR if you're in Pennsylvania. So good luck, start preparing yourself now, and we'll see you next month.